If you're a fan of the channel, you know I typically call it the worst of the worst in automotive TV. This time, however, we're going to have a look at one of, if not the best shop on TV today. Texas Metal is based on Ekstensive Metal Works, which is a shop in Houston, Texas. It first premiered in 2017 and is currently on its 7th season. The show has become a very popular automotive build show, so much so that it has spawned its own spin-off, Texas Metal Loud and Lifted. The popularity of the show is not only due to the amazing workmanship and over-the-top builds, but also the camaraderie and on-screen charisma of Bill Carlton, the shop owner, and his team. Ekstensive has been around since the early 90s and has built some of the most amazing custom rides on the planet. Bill Carlton, the shop owner, has been in and around metal shops his entire life. His father was the main driving force in his career path. Bill's father was the original owner of the shop, however it was more of a steel yard and not a custom car shop. Bill states, "I built my first truck at 16 and ever since me and my guys have been out there creating with our hands, building the biggest, lowest, and baddest cars and trucks in the game." And that statement couldn't be more true. From the countless awards they've won, to their website where you can buy and order custom suspension kits directly from the shop, this shop proves time and time again they are in fact the real deal and one of the best in the business. I'm sure there's some Hollywood camera tricks and some scripted interviews, but for TV, this is about as real as it gets. Now let's have a look at a few of the builds. The first vehicle we're going to look at is a 1970 Suburban that was converted into a car hauler. The goal was to take this wrecked Suburban and turn it into a Cummins-powered crew cab dually. The crew at Ekstensive definitely delivered. The transformation of this truck is unbelievable. They managed to put 24-inch rims on it and still get this thing to lay almost flat on the ground. Being able to put those giant rims and put a Cummins under the hood and still getting it that low is definitely a feat of engineering. When Ekstensive does a build, there's absolutely zero corners cut or half-assed anything. The Suburban is just a showstopper. The fab work and the finish of the frame is above and beyond what you would see from just about any other show, and the quality of the finish doesn't stop there. The interior is completely hand-built and looks as good or better than what you would find in any high-end luxury car. The choices that Bill and his team made on things like the exterior color, the interior materials, just work so well with each other. I don't know if any other combinations would have looked this good. I showed this build first as it was still early on in the show's history, and it stands out as one of the best transformations we've seen. The next vehicle is at the complete other end of the spectrum. The shop took a 1996 International Crew Cab dump truck and turned it into an absolute monster. This truck started off looking like a school bus from the front, but once again, the transformation was unreal. The 20-inch wheels with 46-inch tires, along with the custom bumper, rear utility deck, custom steps, and gunmetal gray paint, completely changed the look of this ugly-ass dump truck. The guys went all out on this thing, right down to the custom interior. This old dump truck turned into one of the meanest looking internationals on the road. Not only does this truck look great, but it's also very useful. I have had some experience with lifted medium duty trucks like the green Kodiak I'm standing in my funny marketplace ads video. So I can definitely tell you this International is a way nicer build and definitely a more useful truck than that lifted Kodiak was. Bill and his team show once again that Ekstensive is one of the best in the business. I would be more than happy to be seen in this truck. This thing turned out absolutely amazing. It is definitely a work of art. The last car we're going to have a look at is a 1974 Cadillac Eldorado. Now most people would agree that the 74 Eldorado is not one of the best looking cars in the world, and really, they're just downright ugly. They're also not the best performing vehicle either. They did have huge V8 motors, but they lacked power and were front wheel drive. For the time, they were decent enough cars and did exactly what they intended to, be big, comfy boats. But nowadays, they aren't really looked at for customizing. So when Bill was brought this ugly red 74 Dorado, he and his team definitely had their work cut out for him. But they nailed it again. I understand the color choice and interior might not be for everyone, but I think it is absolutely beautiful. The natural looking wood with the other combination of materials in the interior definitely makes a statement. The exterior root beer color is one of my personal favorite. The guys got this thing right. Aside from the gorgeous exterior and interior, the changes underneath are just as impressive. The way those giant chrome wheels tucked up under that car, it just makes it the complete package. They also did the right thing by turning it into a rear wheel drive and dropping a 500 plus horsepower LS motor into it. This is one of my favorite car builds ever to be on television. Now I could say something about everything this shop does, but I will say it is definitely worth the watch. You don't get any of the stupid drama so typical of most of the other shows, and they aren't going to lose the shop. It's all about the builds. If you like my content, consider subscribing. I'm also looking to start doing customer states videos, so if you want to submit a clip, I'll have the information in the description. Thanks for watching.